G'day guys, Aussie FIFA HD and welcome back to yet another player review on the channel. Now today we have no other than the 84 rated Marcus Rashford from Manchester United, aka the Rash Flash. And as you can tell from my smile, I thoroughly enjoyed this card. What a card this was, and today you're going to see me play with this card in the DKT to win the Carlos Vela Path to Glory card, and you'll see in the end we do indeed win him. This card has 94 pace, 86 dribbling, 85 shooting, 79 physical and 79 passing. I applied an architect to this card so that it upgraded his passing and his physical. Wow, what can I say? You probably could tell from my smile and these stats. I mean, I enjoyed this card. 18 goals, 3 assists in 7 games. Wow, just wow. And you will see I did lose in this semi-final of the first attempt of the DKT. I think I would put it down to trying to force the ball to Rashford, because you're going to see in the first 2 games he scores a hat-trick and also makes our opponents rage quit, which, I mean, this card, man, this card, seriously, I really did thoroughly enjoy it. And looking at his key stats, 88 stamina. When you think of him, you know, I honestly think of the likes of Alessandrini. I think of Lozano. I think of Jesus. I think of Skuloff. You know, Skuloff. I think that's that guy's name from. He now plays for West Brom. Skuloff. I can't remember what his name is, but as you see, the first opponent had a decent squad. But what you gotta notice about this Rashford card is how good his link-up play is. Literally, I did a lot of tiki-taka style playing in this DKT, and Rashford, with the turn, puts it 1-0 up in the 5th minute. I mean, you know, his turning, his agility, his link-up play really does make him an exceptional player for your divisions, for your DKTs, and of course for your FUT champions. Now, if I look at that 88 stamina stat, you know, he couldn't get any much better than a card that you could put out in the left wing. He could even play striker. Now, in this DKT, I actually played him at striker, and he did a fantastic job for me. He scored me so many goals, it is ridiculous, and I could tell from the stats at the start of this episode, he scored 18 and 3 assists in 7 games. I mean, he was scoring left, right, and center, and his link-up play, his touch, his control, his I don't know, his sort of flair. You know, when you think of Marcus Rashford, you think quick, you think good at finishing, you think he really does get in behind. Well, lads, in this game, this 84 rated left winger Rashford card really does get in behind. He links up, and you know, another sharp turn that gets him into the position to make it 1-0 in early on in the game. As you could probably tell from the first game, he did exactly the same thing, where he did a sharp turn after receiving it into his feet, very good touch, very good control, and he was able to turn and take a shot. And that's exactly what I did with this card time and time again. But not only that, what he was very good at was counter-attacking. So if you guys have yourself Informal Alessandrini, if you have yourself Lozano and Jesus, and this guy in the cam position, I don't think you could go wrong. This man really did perform well for me in that striker position. I think he would suit more of a cam position if you were playing those sort of sweaty Premier League / overpowered players like Lozano and like Alessandrini, etc. But you're going to see another goal once again where he just beats the defender, and that's another thing. He's talking about his physical and beating the defender. He seems to go on the last man time and time again to play that 1-2 and to thread him through. And when he gets on goal, yes, the defender might catch up to him if he's got good pace, but his strength, I was absolutely shocked by. He's only got around 71 strength. However, it felt like 80 or 90. Seriously, he could hold his own, lads. And if you have Boltain on his ass, you're going to see at the end of this episode and a few times throughout these clips, the defenders are on his tail, the defenders are on his back trying to pull him. He just wouldn't go down to ground, and he would just hold his own and just stay on his feet, which is what I really loved about this card. As you see, pushing the defender off there, using his pace, cuts inside with the stop of the ball, and then I sort of just did a bit of a drag back and a bit of a ball roll inside. He linked up so well. I mean, as I said, you know, his give and goes, and on that last man, he loves getting onto that last man. His passing, fantastic. As you see that driven pass into Bergkamp, straight to Bergkamp's feet, and yeah, Bergkamp, my favourite icon in this game, scores that. And I mean, I need to take a breath. I mean, there's that many good things about this card that I thoroughly enjoyed, that I honestly, before this video even ends, I'm giving him a 10 already, you know. And I think, because I paid 173,000 for him, he's obviously going to go down before the rewards come out. However, I think I might pick this card back up for the weekend league, because honestly, he performed exceptional for me. I mean, as you see, the give and go there to then go back into that position and have a shot. I mean, he gave and go. He gave a pass back up the top of the pitch and then ran all the way back to his striker position to then receive the ball after linking up there. That's what I mean. He loves linking up. He loves to receive the ball. He loves to score goals, and that's what I like about Rashford. He gets on the last man, as I said before, and as you see, you know, another counter-attacking goal. Rashford with his pace, with his 94 pace, man, he's fast, and I love this card so much. As you see, does a Berber spin inside, darts inside, and defenders simply could not catch him. And if they did catch him, as I said before, he'd be able to shrug him off because of how strong he is. Now, you know, I would say one of his weaknesses is his weak foot. I mean, I did have a few chances where I tried to score on his left, and he really did miss. You know, he went maybe halfway between the goal post and the corner flag. You know, like he did sort of let me down a bit with his weak foot. However, other than that, I couldn't find any more cons. I mean, there's another goal where he just counters and he just uses his pace to get in behind, and that's what I like about Rashford. Is, as I said before, you know, if you like that sort of counter-attacking play, if you like using those overpowered quick players like Jesus or Alessandrini, this is a man for you, because this Rashford card, literally, he would fit into any team. Don't get me wrong there, because I'm actually thinking about playing him in the weekend league, as I said before. He's probably going to play on the left wing for me if I do indeed get him. If he drops to around 150,000 coins, and I'll think about getting him, but at the moment, at around 200,000 coins, I would hold off. I mean, he is worth 200k in my opinion. However, I would hold off simply because I do believe he will be going down in price, as he is, you know, he's going to be packed quite regularly in those Elite 1 and Top 100 rewards. But there's another example. You know, the Rashford ball into Alessandrini. Alessandrini dinks it over to Bergkamp, and Rashford was in the right place at the right time to cut it back and to put it into the bottom corner. And you know, 5-0, 38th minute, and I believe he scored around 4 or 5 goals in this game. So he really does contribute to the team. As I said at the start, though, you know, I was trying to push him the ball. I was trying to give it and feed it to him. He scored 4 goals in that game. There you go. I was trying to feed him the ball simply because I wanted to see what he could do for the team. And man, did he turn up? I mean, every game he was at least getting, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 goals. And in those games where he only got 1 or 2 goals, the opponent rage quit, so I couldn't score any more with him. But as you see, this opponent, he had the Gabriel Jesus, he had David Luiz and Miranda in the back. You know, that's a very solid partnership in the centre back partnership. But you're going to see again Rashford, you know, doing a lovely heel to heel flick there, a lovely ball roll, lovely link up play. Again, Rashford shoots and then sets up Henry with the rebound. I mean, you know, that's once again what I was talking about before, is his link up play. You know, he loves to give and go, he loves to be there to receive the ball, to score goals, to pass, and that's what I love about this card. Another give and go there, a ball from Henry, and that pace just skipping past Miranda, I believe that was, to chip and dink the keeper. I mean, I'm lost for words of how good this card was. I mean, I can't really explain much else about it. I mean, there was a lot of positives about this card. I mean, he did carry me in some sense in this DKT. Scored me so many goals. As you see, another goal here where he just bursts forward and just crosses into Bergkamp, and I mean, his crossing seemed to be okay. I didn't cross too much, but as you see there, I mean, you know, he crossed a fairly decent ball over to Bergkamp, a drive back, a heel to heel, and I mean, he just uses his pace to dart through the defence and to dart through those gaps where he can then score a goal. I mean, that's another goal where he's just countered, or he just bursted past the defender to then do a dribble shot into the bottom corner, and that happened to me time and time again, and it seemed to work time and time again. As you see, check, booting it up forward once again. Rashford gets in behind, boots it up the top there with Check, and Rashford just using his pace to get in behind there, and you will see he does miss this, but he sets up a chance for Bergkamp. I mean, he was a bit unlucky there not to score, but once again, Rashford setting up a chance, setting up, you know, a counter-attacking goal that I could score. But as you see here, I mean, that was just a brilliant play, a lovely drag back to make it 4-3 in the 72nd minute, and I believe that goal did win us the game in this, I believe, semi-final or it might have been the quarter-final. I'm unsure about that, but Rashford once again linking up, scoring a goal, and you're going to see a goal, I think it's in the Nets game, where, you know, it really does take away that 78 composure that he has. I mean, composure is an important stat in FIFA 18, of course, because, you know, it really does take all the other stats into account. If you have good composure, it means, you know, all your stats will be composed in that sense. If you have physicality, you'll be composed in shoving off the defender. If you have good finishing, you'll be composed in finishing with the ball. But as you see, another counter-attacking goal where Rashford scores in the bottom corner with his pace, getting them behind, and he makes it 1-0 early on in the game once again. But I'm not sure if it's this game, but as I was saying, there's a goal where he sort of does a drag back and gets past around 2 to 3 defenders to then have a shot that goes through the legs of the keeper and right into the bottom corner. Now, if you say that he has low, as you see in the goal for Rashford once again, if you say that he has low composure and it doesn't have good composure on this card, it's lying, because honestly 78 does not tell the true stat of this card. He felt like he had at least 85 to 90 composure, except for his left foot. You know, his left foot was terrible, as I said before, you know, and his composure with that was fairly a big letdown. However, another counter-attacking goal. Rashford pushing forward and scores yet another counter-attacking goal. Another goal where he gets in behind on the defense, and another goal where he finishes it into the bottom corner. I don't know how many times he did this, but, you know, I'm going to say, and I probably repeated myself a lot in this episode, I'm going to say, if you like counter-attacking style play, this is a man for you. If you like those overpowered cards, this is a man for you. He can play anywhere, cam, striker, left wing, right wing, whatever it may be. You know, he can cut inside and finesse it around the keeper on the left side. He can go on the right side and do a driven shot around, or, you know, driven shot into the bottom corner from going across the keeper. And I mean, just his striker, you know, he can get in behind, he can make link-up play, he's good at the give and goes, gets in behind the last man of the defense. And once again, just Rashford, he's the composed goal. I mean, you know, it says it has low composure. For me, that's an 85 to 90 composed player. I mean, you just look at him. He does a drag back, and I did show the replay of this goal. He does a drag back and beats 2 defenders to then put it through the defender's foot, legs, and then into the bottom corner. I mean, it's such a lovely goal. I can't take anything away from Rashford, and it's just a fantastic finish. As you can probably tell, lads, I've given him a lot of positives in this episode. I've said how good he is, and he just, I don't know, he's probably one of the best left wingers, or at least one of the best overpowered players I've used this year. Alessandrini a fantastic player as well, but he's on par with Alessandrini. I mean, I love this card, and I can't wait to use him in the weekend league. I hope you guys do enjoy him as well if you do try him out. I mean, I would wait for him to get a bit cheaper, because I do believe he will get cheaper, but I hope you guys enjoy him as well. I mean, you know, just the amount of goals he scored for me, the amount of link-up plays and getting him behind he did for me. Here's another goal. Yet another goal, just getting him behind, using his pace, and finishing into the bottom corner. I mean, I'm lost for words, absolutely lost for words. You do see that this is the grand final, so we do win it, and I would say Rashford was probably the best player out of my team for all of these games. Even though I was sort of, you know, feeding him the ball. And there's a clip coming up on here when, you know, this is another goal where he just cuts inside and feeds it to Bergkamp. But there's another clip coming up here where Boateng is on his tail and Boateng is pushing him back. But you'll see Rashford physically holds off Boateng, and, you know, it just doesn't make sense. He's got 71 strength, but it feels like he's got 90 strength. I mean, he just seems to hold off those offenders time and time again. There wasn't probably once, I don't think there was once where he got shoved off the ball, and I believe this is the example here. Or is this just another goal? I mean, it's probably just another goal of Rashford pushing forward, counter-attacking style play. It is another goal. You know, 5-2, 58th minute. I do believe the clip where he shoves off Boateng is coming up soon, but I mean, I would love to know what you guys' opinions are, and let me know in the comment section down below. This might be it here. No. What is this one? No, he actually he darts inside and gets a penalty, and that was just his skill moves. You know, that 4-star skill moves is a positive, in my opinion. This is the clip here where he holds off Boateng. Boateng's on his tail, and he just shoves him off, and he holds his own, and that's what I really did love about this card. He runs around the defence, using that pace. I thought I might as well hold the sprint button as I'm 5-2 up, and it's the final. But, I mean, this card really did win me the DKT. He performed well for me, and we did end up getting ourselves that Carlos fella, which I will be submitting into a particular SBC for you guys to enjoy. Hopefully you'll enjoy that in the next episode of the RTG. However, this is going to signal the end of this episode. Can we smash 15 likes? That would be absolutely amazing. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'm out. Have a good day, guys, and peace.